This video, I'm going to show you how to change the image source using JavaScript and HTML. So for example, you see I have this image, I have inserted it right here on my web page. I only used 3 attributes, the width and the height, and the ID is what matters now. So I have given it this ID name, alright? So just make sure that you use the ID and just set it to something. So I named it image because it's an image, but you can name it anything you want. So inside of the script tag, you see this is the end of the body tag. Let me zoom in so you can see it better. So this is the end of the body tag, and inside of the script tag we will be able to add JavaScript. So I'm going to keep it simple and I'm going to add my JavaScript here. So I'm going to start with the word let because I want to make a variable. So I'll declare a variable. I'll call it my image equals to, and then document. So document dot get element by ID, and then open 2 parentheses and 2 quotation marks. So inside of the quotation marks, we can reuse that ID name, all right? And I'm going to paste it here, and I'm going to add a semicolon. So now I have that element in my hand, and I have stored it inside of the my image, all right? So I have saved it or stored it inside of this variable, my image. So now right below it, I'm going to make a function. So it's always a nice idea and a good idea to make functions. So I'm going to say function change image, because this is going to change the image, and I'm going to open 2 parentheses and 2 curly braces. All right. So now what this function will do is that it's going to change the source of this image. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say my image. So I'm going to use that variable name, and then I can say dot, all right, SRC for source, and then equals to, and then 2 quotation marks. So inside, I'm sorry about that. So inside of the quotation marks, we will be able to add the name of the image. So for example, I'm going to copy the source, all right? So I'm going to copy the source because it's going to be the same thing. So I have a folder named images, and inside of that folder, I have some other images. So I'm going to go with with the cape image, all right? So as long as your source is correct, this is going to change the source. And now you see we have the function there. We can basically call this function. So now we have our code there, but we need to call it to run it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, for example, I'm going to say change image, and add 2 parentheses. And as I do that, you'll notice that it's going to change the image to this different image. So what this does is that it calls the function, and that's why you see as I add this line of code, it changes it. So now let's say that let's add a button here. So in the previous video, I have shown you how to use buttons. So I recommend that you watch that video if you have not watched that already. So I have a button here now, and I'm going to say change image. Okay, so it says change image, and I want this button to be under this image, so I'm going to add a BR light or a break. So you add this tag, all right? And it's this tag is a line break basically, and it doesn't have an end tag, so you just add BR, and the button will go down below it. So now I'm going to cut this line that calls the function. So I'm going to right click on it and go to cut. So I have cut it, and now I'm going to go to the button. So this is the opening tag of the button, and I'm going to keep it simple. So I'm going to say on click, and then you see when I click on it, I want this button to do something. So I want this button to run this function. All right, I want this button to run this function. So I'm going to paste that there. So I'm going to say change image, and except I don't need the semicolon there. All right, so you just add change image and you add two parentheses. So now if you save it, and right now whenever I click on this button, it's going to change the image to this one. So if I click on change image, you'll notice that it has changed it. All right, so you see it has changed the image to this image. All right, so it has changed the source of our original image, and this is basically it. So you see, this was a basic principle of how to use DOM to change the source of an element. All right, so I hope this video was helpful. In the next video, I'll show you how you can make a slideshow, and I have a website that I will show you that has thousands of images that you can use in your projects. So I'm gonna stop the video here, and thanks for watching, everyone. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, everyone, and I'm out.